Hello, students. Today we are going to read the second part of the Lost Spring. The name of the part is The Bangle Maker of Firozabad. I want to drive a car. Mukesh insists on being his own master. I will be a motor mechanic, he announced. Do you know anything about car? I asked. The writer meets a boy named Mukesh in Firozabad. Mukesh belongs to a family of Bangle Makers, but he wants to be his own master. He says that he will be a motor mechanic. His dreams look like a mirage in the dusty street of Firozabad. The town is famous for its bangles. Every other family here is engaged in making bangles. It is a center of India glass blowing industries. Families living here have spent generations working around furnace, welding glass, and making bangles. Mukesh family is among them. About 20,000 children work in the glass furnace. Their parents don't know that it is illegal for children to work in a high temperature. Children work in these hot furnaces all day long, often losing the brightness of their eyes. Mukesh clearly offered to take the writer to his home, which he proudly says is being rebuilt. They go through stinking lanes that are full of garbage. Mukesh stops at the door of one such house and pushes it open. It is a half built shack. In one part of there is a firewood store. A frail young woman is cooking the evening meal for the whole family. She is the wife of Mukesh's elder brother. When Mukesh's father enters, she brings her veil closer to her face. He is a poor bangle maker. Despite long years of hard labor, the old man has failed to give his house a proper shape. He has failed to send his two sons to school. All he has been able to do is teach them the art of making bangles. He himself has become blind from the dust and the polishing of bangles. It is a karm, his destiny, says Mukesh's grandmother. Born in the caste of Bangle maker, they have to see nothing but bangles all their life, in the house, in the yard, in the every other house, every street in Firozabad, in each and everywhere. In the dark hut, men, boys and girls sit with their father and mother. In the flames of oil lamps, they weld pieces of colored glass into circle of bangles. Their eyes are more adjusted to the dark than to the light outside. Thus, they lose their eyesight even before they become adults. In other hutment, the writer sees a young girl named Savita. She is in a drab pink dress. An elderly woman sits alongside her. They are also soldering pieces of glass. Savita's hands move like the tongues of a mechanic. At present, she hardly knows that the bangles she is making are a symbol of an Indian woman Suhag. The old woman beside her became a Suhagan many years ago and still has bangles on her wrist. But there is no light in her eyes. Her voice is drained of all joy. He says that she has not enjoyed even one full meal all her life. The writer says, with a sense of pain, that the cry of poverty rings in every home in Firozabad. Little has changed with time. Years of toil have killed all the initiative and the ability to dream. The writer asked them why they don't organize themselves into a cooperative. To this, they say that the police crushes all such effort. They are beaten and put in the jail on the charge of doing illegal act. They are the caught in the vicious circle of sahukar, middleman, policeman, politician. The poor Bengal makers have come to accept their fate as something natural. To do anything else would mean to dare. The writer is happy that Mukesh has dared to break away from this vicious circle. He had decided to be a motor mechanic. He says that he will go to the Keras and learn the job. Though the car base is a long way from his home, he says that he will walk all the distance to fulfill his dream. All this show that he just want to break this circle of bangle making. He want to do something different from his family profession. So students, read the story again and try to solve the question answer that will be given to you tomorrow. Thank you and have a nice day. Firozabad is a dirty town. It is famous for its bangles. Every other family here is engaged in making bangles. It is a center of India's glass blowing industries. For generations, family in Firozabad have been working around glass furnaces. They weld glass and make bangles for all the women in the land. But these poor people have always been very poor. They have no they have to work in high temperature. They have to work in dingy cells without air and light. About 20,000 children have to work in dark places all day long. Their eyes get more adjusted to the dark than to the light outside. Many of them lose their eyesight even before they become adult. The poor Bengal maker lead a miserable life. They are exploited by middleman, policeman, sahukar, and politician. So this is the short note on the town of Firozabad, a city of Bengal making. Garbage to them is gold. How do the rag pickers of Simapuri survive? This is a question. So students, listen it very carefully. Lord Spring described the pitiable condition of poor children who have to live in slums and work hard in very dirty conditions. They are never sent to school because their parents are too poor to pay for their education. In order to describe their lot, the writer first takes up the case of poor rag picker who have settled in the Simapuri area of Delhi. It is a slum area where about 10,000 rag pickers live in structure of mud. They have roof of tin. There is no sewage, drainage or running water. Those who live here came from Bangladesh in 1971. For them, rag picking means survival. Garbage to them is gold. It is their daily bread. Then the writer takes up the case of poor Bengal makers who have been living for generations in the dingiest town of Firozabad. These people have been exploited by all the section of society. Every other family is engaged in making bangles. For generations, families here have been working around glass furnaces. They have to work in high temperature, they have to work in dingy cells without air and light. About 20,000 children have to work in dark places all day long. Their eyes get more adjusted to the dark than to the light. Many of them lose their eyesight even before they become adult. The poor Bangle Maker lead a miserable life. They are exploited by middlemen, policemen, sahukar, and politicians.